Hello, and welcome to Condeco. In this video, I'm going to answer the question, how do I implement social distancing measures in the office? Our return to the office will see new ways of working, our new normal, if you will, and we're all going to have to take care of, adhere to, and govern. To do that, we'll need to look at 5 main considerations in the phased approach to a safe workplace return. First, you'll need to identify the number of employees relative to the number of desk space available. You can work with your human resources team or office managers to identify an exact headcount, as well as which of those employees are remote-based or were office-bound prior to COVID. You'll also want to take into consideration any flexi-time contracts that you have out there. You'll next want to accurately identify desk capacity in your office location. If you have more than one location available to employees, you will have to take this into account as well. Once these numbers have been identified, your next question will be around the desk-to-person distancing so that you can understand how many employees you can safely accommodate on any given day in your office. Step 2 is to plan an appropriate desk floor plan for physical distancing. Interaction post-COVID and return to the office setting will need to be adjusted accordingly, and an appropriate desk floor plan will aid in physical distancing measures. But it's important to ask the following questions while planning this out. How much more space between desks is needed in the office? What is the quantity of people the office can physically accommodate on any given day? And are there any technology tools that can aid in making sure desk space is available and ready for employees and properly situated? Step 3 is to create healthy workspaces with an office cleaning plan in place. It is vital that employees feel safe and secure in their return to the office, and that employers are doing everything they can to make sure the office is safe. This is why optimal hygiene measures and practices need to be in place for their return to continually reduce the risks of the spread of COVID and other transmittable diseases. Some key points to consider here. You'll want to keep a good supply of disinfecting wipes and hand sanitizers at all times. It is important to the employees that they know where they are and how to use them effectively. You want to place a large focus on the professional cleaning services your office implements, as well as the disinfecting measures they'll use to reduce the risk of infection and bacteria. Now, reducing the available amenities that are commonly touched will want to be considered here. These include things like double swinging push doors, shared utensils and other kitchenware, manual lighting and heating appliances. Desk areas will have to be carefully considered. How they're used, by who, and how often. How will individual desks be treated differently from formerly group desk spaces? And of course, what are the possible implications if these areas are not kept clean? Consider how a desk management solution like Condeco with cleaning workflows could help you manage the sanitization of desks. Remove any free addressing in the office. This is where employees can show up and simply sit down at a desk that is open. Enforce space bookings that all employees must find and reserve a workstation before they travel to the office for the day. This ensures there's a clean and safe area for them to work in. Step 4 is to ensure you have an effective communication and signage strategy for the COVID workplace. Consistent communication with employees will be a key factor in outlining best practices and assistance as they start to return to the office, supporting and reassuring your teams as they all are experiencing various emotions or personal challenges during this time will allow for more effective returns. You must make sure to consider these points. Provide updates that are clear, to the point, and worded in accordance with all relevant office locations and regional workspace cultures in mind. Two-way communication is a priority here, so offer channels that support this which employees can use to reach out with any concerns they may have. Appropriate signage and carefully considered locations in the workplace can aid in safety reminders on social distancing, good respiratory hygiene, symptom checks, and workplace cleaning recommendations. So what is the key return to work essential needed to make all of this happen and tie it all together? Well, step 5 is you'd want to consider and introduce a desk booking solution. And how does this technology support social distancing efforts in the workplace? Let's find out. We'd first want to look at some of the benefits the desk booking solution would introduce and how it will help you successfully implement social distancing in your office. It will do this by first enabling you to establish physical distancing by closing desks to reduce workspace density. And second, you'll be able to reduce demand for space by limiting the number of days employees can work at the office, whether on a weekly or monthly basis. This is where Condeco can help. The reality is that a strong, cloud-based solution is the only way to manage a successful return to office which ensures social distancing. When we look at social distancing measures, there are a few key points that we need to consider. First, we need to manage the closure of desks to reduce workspace density and ensure physical distancing is maintained. We need to allow employees to book desks where and when they need to, but only for a limited number of days each week or month to reduce demand. And third, we need to make sure employees have a desk reserved before they come in the office with our easy-to-use app. Let's look at these features a bit more. Condeco allows organizations to reduce workspace density and provide the correct levels of physical distancing by selecting which desks are open and closed directly from interactive floor plans, by adjusting room capacity in a single bulk process across the entire portfolio, by limiting employees to only book in specific areas, zones, or neighborhoods, and if required, only on selected weeks, and by mandating sanitization and cleaning after every use. In situations where a group of workspaces needs to be closed at once, Condeco ensures an easy and effective process for administrators. It enables those administrators to immediately close an unsafe space and provide automatic notifications to everyone who was at a desk booked in that area. This automatically cancels desk bookings in closed spaces and notifies the employees with reservations in those spaces to search for an alternative workspace. It will inform employees with allocated private offices in that closed area, and of course, notify the hosts and attendees on any meeting rooms affected by the closure. When we look at managing fewer desks, we need to also reduce the number of people coming into the office to a level that matches the desks that are available. So restricting the number of desk bookings that employees can make each week or month is important. You also want to allow employees to select which days to work in the office and which days to work from home. And by providing desk limits and booking rules based on department or teams, you can make sure that folks are only reserving spaces they're able to. You'll want to enforce that only employees with confirmed desk bookings can come to the office. And also, you want to make private offices bookable when not in use. Using Condeco's mobile application and our workspace management software provides an easy-to-use solution that meets the challenges presented by COVID-19 today. It enables employees to find and book desks in private offices. It provides daily updates on workspace closures and desk availability before leaving home, and it helps employees find out where colleagues are working on any given day so that they can find a spot close by to work with them. Social distancing measures in the workplace are not a forever model, but they are absolutely needed in these trying times and as we begin reopening offices and lifting lockdown restrictions. So from all of us at Condeco, thanks for watching.